Hi again. My name is Christiana. I want you to tell me a little bit about you. Let's start there.
Hi, Christiana. Let's just start there. As you know, I'm Pariksha, and I'm a teacher at Redcliffe Primary School. It is a school in KwaZulu-Natal, South Africa, along the north coast. And it is a school run by the government. We are graded as a quintile 4 school. And I came in touch with the C3 content server um, due to an e-learning course that I was introduced to in 2021. And since then, I have started using the C3.
First of all, let me ask you, what do you like most about teaching?
Mm. I love a lot of things about teaching, but something that really strikes out is something that's very gratifying to me is being given that opportunity to make a difference in the lives of students, and to be given that opportunity where I'm able to shape the future of individuals. This is something that I really enjoy about teaching.
That's beautiful. Yeah, that's incredible. As a teacher, what do you think is your greatest challenge?
Greatest challenge. Yes, I like when you said greatest because we do have a lot of challenges. But at this point, I would say the greatest challenge is the educational inequalities that we face in South Africa, as well as the lack of resources
Mhm.
in our schools. And this contributes greatly to the digital divide, and it places disadvantaged communities in a situation where it will be very difficult for them to compete on onto global platforms. So for me, it is something very concerning, and it is one of the greatest challenges because we are sitting with a problem where we don't have adequate resources, and
Mhm.
neither do we have connectivity as well.
How do you see the new role of the teachers in an increasingly global and digital world?
Yes, that's a lovely question. The role of the teacher, I find, is it's always ever changing, but so much so now than ever before, because I find that as teachers, we are evolving rapidly to suit the educational landscape that is changing. We are 21st century educators. We are teaching children to be in this digital sphere. And if we do not change our ways of teaching and our styles of teaching, then it's not preparing them to go out there and be responsible, students and citizens as well. So the role is changing, and if one has to talk, the biggest talk is about Chat GPT, and
Mhm.
um, and so much of AI information out there. Our role is no more one of where we are disseminating information. We are actually facilitating. We are becoming more of a facilitator than one of being the person that has all the information for the child, to receive. So yes, there is a lot of changes taking place.
And how do you motivate your students?
Well, to keep them motivated, I make sure that I have a very positive, inclusive, supportive atmosphere, and give them clear goals and instructions, and however small the achievement, it's celebrated. just so that they, can be encouraged to keep trying if they don't get things right. Yes,
Hmm.
so that is how I keep them motivated.
Good, good. And how are you using the C3 in your classroom?
All right. So what we are doing is we sift information from the C3 microcloud, and whatever information that is suitable. Remember, it has a vast amount of information that has already been downloaded um, on this C3 server. It's the DBE, whatever information that was needed, it has been downloaded onto the server. And we sift out whatever information is relevant to what we are teaching. And if a room has a projector, then during the lesson that information is projected. If it does not, then we are using it in our media center, and yeah, using the speaker and the projector, it makes a huge amount of difference. So that is how we are using the C3 content server.
Okay. And what features of the C3 microcloud do you find most helpful to you?
Most helpful. Well, it can be used whether there's connectivity or in times when we have load shedding as well. So that is not going to hinder using it as a resource. What I like that it is tailor made to suit whatever education department we are in, and even for a particular school, whatever your context is, your learning context is, you can feed information onto the C3 to suit your type of environment. So that those features really stand out. Uh, Something that I found very impactful is a feature that's already on C3. It was the first for me. It was the Moodle, the LMS,
Oh, oh,
and I really enjoyed navigating and experimenting and using it because I found it gave teaching a whole new dimension which I was not exposed to before. And
okay.
after doing a sampling of learners and putting them onto the LMS, and I was able to successfully create an online platform for the school. So for me, it was very impactful. This few features that I've mentioned was really impactful. But I must iterate that there is so much more that I may not know. The potential of the C3 is quite vast, and I'm still, wanting to learn more about it so that I'm able to use it to its full potential.
Good. That's really, really good. um, what results have you seen in your students and their progress since being able to use the C3 in your environment?
Well, let's start with uh, progress. The C3 has um, rich media content. And when there is rich media content, automatically, you're going to get learners producing better results. So I found that exposing them to the information from the C3, it created happier, energetic, more engaging learners. The information that they were exposed to using the C3, it appeals to learners that learn, um, that are auditory learners, that are visual learners, and and even kinesthetic learners. So it satisfies these three main types of learning styles, and I found that this impacts positively in the results that they produce.
Good. Do you upload your own content or do you use the content available in the C3?
Well, the content is so much in C3. Absolutely. It covers GET band and as well as the FET band. The content is so vast and so rich that I did not need to really put much content onto it. But what I did upload is when I did use the LMS in creating lessons, that is when I used some of our own resources that we usually use at school, and that is the content that I have uploaded into
Oh,
the C3.
okay. And how many students are in the school?
There are roughly around 1,100 children.
Wow,
Yes, it's a huge
that's a
school.
lot. Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
from grade R going up to grade 7.
Oh, okay. And
Yeah.
was there already internet in the school before you implemented the C3?
Well, the internet is just in certain zones, as I
Mm-hmm.
said. Yeah, we are a quintile for school with limited resources. So internet is a luxury, even at this day and age. But in the media room, there is internet connectivity at any given time. So therefore, most activities do take place here, but whatever needs to take place in the room, the information is downloaded and used offline from the
Mm-hmm.
seed. Yes.
Okay. Are there any tips or techniques that you find helpful to share?
Well, yeah, I would like to say that, in this digital age, I think that the C3 is a great edtech tool to introduce e-learning at our schools. And lots of our schools have not introduced any form of e-learning. The e-library content that has been uploaded is is really very beneficial to our learners as well as teachers. So I feel that as a way forward, introducing e-learning should be done using the C3 because of connectivity
Mm-hmm.
as well as when there's load shedding, we have regular load shedding. It's not going to stop anytime soon. So yeah, so that's why I feel like using the C3 is very beneficial. And what I want to say is, you know, there's a saying that goes that like if we teach um, today like we taught yesterday, then we rob our children of tomorrow. So I just want to say it again. If we teach children like we taught yesterday, then we are robbing them of tomorrow, meaning that we need to start moving with e learning. We need to
Mm-hmm.
start moving because whether we accept it or not, it's just going to take over, and our learners are not going to be prepared for a digital age to be able to be a digital citizen. So it starts off with us teachers as change makers in education.
Okay, good.
So the tip I want to say is let's make a change to take a step into the future of digital learning.